Oh, hello. You right?
Yes, sir. How about you, man?
Apologies. I for some reason I don't get call notifications on Instagram, and honestly I keep forgetting I don't. I don't know why. I don't know how I change it. Um,
It's all
but
right.
I was like, oh crap, yeah, I got to turn those on. Shit. Wow, I've got to work that out.
It's all right, my man.
It's so weird.
Hey, man. Honestly, it's a pleasure having you on, anyways. So, I appreciate
Nice.
I
I'm
appreciate
enjoying
that.
it. This is cool. I wasn't too sure what to do, so I brought like a notebook and a pen. I was like, oh, not
Literally,
expecting.
yeah. So basically, this is just we're gonna be kind of like vibing out, like we're just hanging out, and
Cool.
just
Cool.
occasional questions that are
Yeah.
gonna be a bit personal to you and to the band, and like get to know how you got like how you started Keeper, and then like where
Yeah.
where it all started, and get some personal questions about you, and kind of have it fun. It's all about having fun here.
Yeah. Fuck. Awesome. Fuck yeah. Let's go.
All right,
Right.
cool. All right. So you ready to answer some
Yeah, yeah,
questions,
yeah.
good sir?
Yeah, yeah, definitely, sir. Definitely. I'm guessing it's Chase,
Yes,
isn't it?
sir. Yes, sir.
Chase. My name's Manny. Nice to meet you,
Manny,
sir.
nice to meet you, my man.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. I kind of just wanted to go right out of the gate and just be like, me and my boyfriend highly support you. We
Yeah.
both
Awesome.
love your music, and we want to like kind of just right out of the gate ask how was it working with Kellen Quinn?
Oh, that was actually that was funny. Um, I had written the ups in so I if we fast forward from I guess Upside Down's conception to I guess the instrumental. I had finished the instrumental. I'm not too sure how familiar you are with like bands, up and coming bands in the UK specifically, but like I had reached out, I wanted a feature on it, and to be honest with you, I wrote the track with the band Lake Malice, which is an
Okay.
up and coming UK band. Highly suggest checking them out. They do that sort. They're still very hyper pop metalcore, possibly less hyper pop than I,
Mm-hmm.
but most definitely more metalcore than I. Um, Really cool male bands, just the two of them. They kick ass.
Okay.
They've on tour with a friend's band of mine, which is As Everything Unfolds. They've been supported in Shikari.
Yes. Yes,
Very
sir.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
So really cool band. I sent it off to them because just we have some mutuals. And to be honest with you, I didn't hear back. And when you're reaching out for features, this is very much the case. Sometimes this happens, and people are busy. They don't get time to respond back. I also sent it off to another UK up and coming band called Tropic Gold as well, and they didn't come back, and that's no issue with them. I totally get it.
Mm-hmm.
I did also the third person I reached out was actually somebody called Score.
Oh.
I don't know.
Okay.
I I don't know how familiar you are with like hyperpop or
I'm a little into it, kind of. I'm more of like,
fair enough.
I'm like more into like you guys, because it's like that good mix of like, you know, like a little bit of distortion vocals with the
Yeah, yeah.
clears, and I like that.
That's fair. That's fair. That's
Yeah.
that's fair. And you might like Score them because
Okay.
Score is that sort of Midwest emo with a high pop flavor, but also metalcore at the same time.
Okay.
He's actually I don't know if you know Julia Wolf, but he's Julia Wolf's producer. And he
Okay.
was straight up to
Wow.
me. He actually responded the next day and just went, no, thank you. I'm not really feeling the track, but thank you so much for sending it. And that's so cool just to get also like
Yeah.
just to like I'm aware. Thank you so much for reaching out. It's a no. But while I was still waiting for like the Late Malice and Tropic Gold guys, I had reached out to Kellen just as a fucking YOLO. I like sent him a message on Instagram because I know he does features for our artists, and I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, let's send it. And he responded like 2 weeks later, and I was like, oh shit, what the fuck? Um, that was fucking sick.
Yeah.
It's the next process. It was just sending the track, sorting out the feature stuff. Um, he sent back his lyrics. He did his feet. I got the mix back. His verse. I guess I got his verse back 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my fucking! I remember when that email came through that we sent it. I ran out the office. I was working. Ran out the office. Phoned up my mum. I was like, she didn't understand it. She doesn't really know who he is. But
Yeah.
then my sister was freaking out in the background
Yeah.
because she's very familiar with it.
Oh yeah.
So that was cool. And then I was like, oh, I really want to get him on a music video. Will he say yes? And he was like, yeah, I'll do a music video, but you have to pay essentially for my trip to the hairdressers. I was like, calm. That's calm. That's fine. I'll accept this. What else? And that was it. Yeah, yeah. Really, really nice experience. Pleasure to work with. Really
Oh,
nice guy.
dude, that's so awesome to hear. Me and like I said, me and my boyfriend are huge fans of Kellen Quinn, and when we found out that he was on your stuff, I was like, all right, if Kellen Quinn is like doing a feature with this dude, I gotta check out this guy. So
Mhm.
I started checking you out, and I'm very much glad I did. Like,
Oh, fuck yeah.
you have
Cheers.
like yeah, dude, you have such a unique style of like how you do punk, and it's such a breath of fresh air. Like I interviewed another punk band. I think it was like a few days ago. I'm trying. It's been it's been pretty crazy. It's been a hectic few days, but it was another punk band that was a bit more metalcore than punk, and
Cool.
they kind of gave me the same vibe as like you guys, but not in the same way as the way that you have your clears and like you really put yourself out there. It's a lot more just distorted stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's yeah, yeah. It's I'm a lover of that stuff. I try to listen to as much different music as I can. You know, I don't know if you've heard some of the old Keeper stuff, but I was experimenting with like
Yep.
emo rap and hyperpop before
Yep.
because I'd left like a post-hardcore band as a guitarist
Mm.
like 5 years ago. I was in that band for a while, and it was COVID happened, UK's in lockdown, and I wanted to get a musical outlet. I wanted a musical outlet, but I didn't want to go back into rock music at the time because I just done that. I felt burnt out with it. So then I started doing the emo trap stuff, and I enjoyed it, but it definitely wasn't me.
Mm.
You know, it was more of a case of, for me, it was music I had listened to before, like Little Peep, Little Lotus, all that stuff. I was listening to it, 2 years before I attempted it back in 2018.
Mm.
Um, but still, it wasn't the music I was brought up with. So it wasn't the music that shaped me as an artist.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if I listen to it now, I struggle because it feels almost like I'm an observer to a culture rather than living in a culture at that time.
Right.
But it was all stuff I had learned, like the hyperpop stuff, and it's again music I love, and it is very much still a part of me, but not as much as making rock music, pop punk, post hardcore is. That's the stuff I grew up listening to. So this new stuff since this year, um, I've experimented a bit before with it in the past, like with Here We Go and Better Off. But this new stuff is me really challenging those roots. This is the radio friendly year.
Mm.
Um, we're putting out the more radio friendly ones this year, and then we got the heavier ones coming out next year on a double EP. So this EP is going to be like the standard pop punk 2000s Avril Lavigne type beats.
Ooh. Okay.
And then next year we're going. It's the more post hardcore route, Seo Sin. It's still with like hyper pop elements and things like that.
That's got me excited because I'm again, my boyfriend's a huge Adam Levine fan, so you even saying that, he's definitely going to be interested in listening to that for sure. He loves
Okay.
Adam Levine. He's a huge Adam Levine fan, Nickelback fan, so anything
Yeah.
that's like kind of like that type of style, oh yeah, he'll listen to it all day.
There is a very sort of country metal one, not very country metal, but
Okay.
like it was like is like my version of it because I was blasting Nickelback and like Bill Murray in the car with my brother on the way to work, and we were like, yeah, let me just try it, let me just try this out. And so I don't think it's as strong as the others, but it's a lot of fun.
Oh
It's
yeah.
got a banjo in it just for the jokes.
I kind of want to. You brought up that you did rap, and I did listen to some of that. You, when I listen to the rap, I'm gonna like, and I mean this in the most positive way. You give, and when you did the rap, you gave me very much Suicide Boys, like,
Ah, that's fair.
I liked it. Like it was really good. Like how can I explain it? It's like you were doing it after Ruby and Scrim got clean and they weren't rapping about doing drugs and stuff like that. Like I like that stuff because you're rapping about real stuff. You know, you kind of remind me of like NF. You know, NF
Oh,
like with
cool.
like the bars and just the consistency. I like that. I love consistency within bars or um, you know, double meanings with a different
Yeah.
verse. You know, love those stuff.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It's. I think for me, like lyrically, I've been very. At least that time, that was very. Have you listened to much Enter Shikari?
Yes.
Well, it's like Rao was. There's plenty of podcasts where Rao talks about the metaphors in his songs and things like that. And at the time, I was like, "Oh, that's so cool! I want to try that." I've gotten more literal with it now. I've tried to. I feel like I've got better. This next one,
Mm.
best writing. I think I've done. So I try to more story tell it as opposed to do the double entendres and hidden meanings like that.
Yeah.
But that's not to say that that's gone, because it's not. There's another one there, but I do appreciate that. It's something I've been working on really hard. Because I'm a guitarist.
Yeah.
Before anything else, I'm a guitarist. So like working on how to write lyrics, work how to write melody, how to be able to sing has been something I've been putting a lot of effort, consciously putting a lot of effort into these last 5 years. So I'm glad it's paying off.
Yeah, it very much is. I've definitely noticed because I went to, I love doing deep dives on people that I interview. So I did a deep dive on you before you came on, and I went to like basically your first single, and so like yeah, so I went to your first, and then I went to like your sort of second oldest, and then I kind of
Yeah,
went to your recent, and then your more recent, kind of get the vibe of like, oh, okay, this is where
yeah.
he started off and now this is where they are. I kind of wanted to understand your whole process of like how you felt changing your genres in such a way that you got comfortable with it. How did you get so comfortable with it?
It was more so I didn't take it seriously.
Oh, okay.
Um, it's I wish I could give you a better answer than that. It's I was just it was whatever, because I was escaping rock in
Yeah.
my head. I was trying to do something. I was bored of it. I was listening to and I'm still actively listening. I've always listened to lots of genres,
Yeah.
because it's some of the best melodies aren't in rock. They're in pop. They're in country. They're in things like that. And if you got to get better at melodies, you have to look external. If you want to get better at flows, you have to look at different like R&B artists, for instance, and see the choice of notes they use and things like that. So I was just I was very much in that headspace where I am now, but rather than taking things and taking things as skills and using them to develop my music, I was like, oh, I just love that style. I listened to Porter Robinson, and then I made Toad the next day because I was just like so inspired by Porter Robinson. And then I changed genre with the next release because I just listened to Ed Sheeran, which is what a track Soul is very inspired by Ed Sheeran.
Yeah.
Um, and then I'd flip it again and I'd listen to is there is an unreleased Crabcore song, because I went through like a week of listening to
Oh
Attack
man, I
Attack,
want to hear that now.
and it's never goes so bad. It's very high. It's much more hyper pop chorus, pitched up vocals, but very so crapcore. And I made it in like 2021, and it was like in the early days, and
Yeah.
it was like, so there wasn't consistency, and I think that hurt me.
Mm.
Um, because I wasn't able to establish myself. It's if I picked up a fan, if I was lucky enough to pick up a fan, somebody who enjoyed my music, they would potentially be lost with the next release because I would have changed genre again. Um, and it was difficult to get live shows as well because I was constantly flip flopping. It was difficult to pinpoint me down to see what type of band I should support. And at the same time, I never fully enjoyed it.
Mm.
I released a track and I love it, and then I'd be bored of it because I'd be onto a different style. I'd be changing, and so I never really enjoyed promoting them too much. But with this new stuff, it's different. It's I had a rough year in 2024, um, at the start of 2024, sorry, and it I fell into nostalgia, and I realized I started re-listening to rock music before that, really getting back into it in 2023, 20 and late 2022, and I found my love for it, and it's very much still present. It's sure I don't listen to it huge amounts at the moment, but it's still a very consistent consistent genre I listen to.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but now I found something where I've re-unearthed my passion for it, and something which has been a long part of my life, but this time I'm able to bring things that I've experimented with, like the emo rap, like the hyper pop. Like I was embedded in these hyper pop genres, so I don't. So when I like taste it, for instance, or Upside Down, it doesn't feel like I've just stuck the hyper popness on there or glued it on, or like it's the hyper popness and the post hardcoreness. I feel like they're very much meshed together. Taste It is like a perfect example for that. It's the two patterns. I feel like I haven't like bandwagoned, jumped on something and just gone, here are two popular genres. It's like I've really worked on those two genres separately from each other, and brought them in very nicely. If that makes sense,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not great with words.
No, no, I think you explained that pretty well. I think that was a pretty good answer. um, I think like with you kind of also uh, with like nostalgia. It's funny that you say that because like I me being a guitarist myself too. I'm pretty nostalgic with like playing the older music, like a bunch
Yeah.
of the songs that are in standard and like don't get me
Oh, so thrash.
yeah,
You,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
just
cool.
thrash, yeah. Don't get me wrong. You brought up knowing UK bands, and I do. I actually work for a UK band,
Awesome.
Making Blind I See. I don't know if you've heard of them.
No, but this is why I brought my pen and my paper.
Yeah,
Make them blind.
Making
There we
Blind
go.
I See.
Okay, I'll give them a look.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
they're very. That's funny that you're in the UK, and yeah, they've. I don't know if they're more. I don't know if you would be in the category of like it'd be a good collaboration, but like if you did a bit more of a heavier song, yeah, I could definitely see you two working out on a song because like his name is Mark. He's the vocalist,
Mhm.
and he's been looking for ever since I've known him for like a decent collaboration. And it's like he's always reached out,
It's
but no,
hard. It's
yeah,
hard.
yeah,
Collabs are hard.
yeah, and that's what he was saying, and that's like I've been trying to do my due diligence, to find good vocalists like you and other band members, and like subtly throw it out there, like,
Mhm.
hey, my friend
I'll
Mark,
check him out.
yeah,
I'll check
yeah,
him out, Piers.
yeah, because if you like his stuff, let me know, and hey, I'll let him know and be like, yo, hey, this guy, I just got done interviewing him. He'd be pretty interested. Hopefully, here's
Yeah,
hoping.
yeah, yeah, I'll check him out. I'll check him out, man. It's the danger is always making sure it's the right sonical fit for your next few releases.
Okay.
Is because it's I very much done the flip flopping genres. As I was talking about.
Yeah.
So if it works for like the next what was I saying? The next EP,
Right.
which is a heavier EP. I wouldn't say much heavier, but there is a couple. There is much more screams on it.
Yeah.
Then yeah, I'm 100% game.
Okay. Awesome. That gets me excited because that'd be so sick to see you and Mark doing a song together because his screams are really good, and I can, especially with your screams. Yeah, that would be a good collaboration. Oh yeah.
Whereabouts is he based?
Shit. I know that he plays a lot in Manchester.
Oh, so okay, he's Midlands.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Or
Yes.
yeah,
Midland.
North
Yes.
Midlands. Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. So, I never left the states. So I wanted
Fair
to
enough.
come
Yeah,
out
it's
to the
couple.
UK. Yeah, I've been wanting to come out to the UK. Don't get me wrong. It's just I'm scared of flying, and it's like it's a completely different country because I don't,
Yes.
I've never been there, and I just like my first initial fear when I come to the UK, maybe you can comfort me a little bit, is just the idea of being lost. Like it's so new to me. I feel like I'm gonna land. The idea is that me and my boyfriend are gonna go and we're gonna hang out with them and like see the UK. It's just, what if I just go off and go use the bathroom and then they go off and do their own thing and now I'm lost. I don't know where to go. Like that's my fear.
I think that's less the fear of a new country and more the fear of a new place. Like,
Yeah.
because you could get lost anywhere.
Right.
It's but and it's a totally valid fear as well. It's because it's a new place, it's daunting, it's another country.
Yeah.
But I don't think that it being another country, I wouldn't say is the biggest issue, because thankfully it's sounds like a native tongue to you, so it's not that too far out of reach. That there's communications, but it's definitely it's an understandable fear to have.
Right.
um Thankfully, Google Maps,
Yeah, that's
solid,
true. Yeah,
can't
that's
go
true.
wrong.
Yeah. It's just like, I don't know. I've seen so many. I should stop watching this stuff of like people getting like kidnapped and shit. Like that's my fear. Is like, they see me as a tourist and like, you know what I mean? Like that's my fear, is like people taking advantage of me and I'm not knowing that I'm being taken advantage of because I'm in a new country. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And it's like, I guess that's just all because of what I've been watching, and it's like, it's probably not gonna be like that. I'm probably gonna have a great time. It's gonna be
yeah.
chill, but it's just like I've always kind of pondered in my head, and I'm just like, if I'm seriously gonna go out to the UK, I really hope to God I come
Yeah,
back.
you will. The first step is always the hardest. It's
Okay,
just
for
that
sure.
first step.
So my so that my kind of question is like, have you been out in the States yet?
Not the States. I've been to Canada. I used to do volunteering in Canada for like, I did it for 2 years, for like 5 months each year, just at a whitewater rafting place
Yeah.
near Ottawa.
Mm.
But that was as much that side of the globe as I've been to. I've been to like Europe a whole bunch, Portugal, Spain, France, very, very sort of typical European countries.
But beautiful countries. Like,
Yes. Yeah, yeah, of course,
I
yeah.
I drive around in a Euro Truck Sim. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's
Yeah.
literally, you drive around in Europe. It's not a 1-to-1 scale, but it's kind of the idea. And
Mm.
seeing how beautiful your guys' country is, my God, the U.S. is nothing, man.
It depends where you go, man. It depends where you go.
Oh,
It's the
okay.
world is a beautiful place. It's just we've sometimes ruined it with crappy architecture as a species, I think.
No, no, that's fair. No, that's fair. I've just like, me personally, I love countryside. I love seeing
Yeah.
like grass. Like, it sounds so stupid, but I
No,
just
no,
love
no.
seeing life in a sense,
Yeah.
and like seeing concrete and like buildings and stuff like that. Sure, there's people in it, and that's life itself, but
Mm.
it's not natural life, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. It's not like, you're not seeing grass, you're not seeing
Yeah.
trees, and that's what I love about seeing in Europe, at least from what I've seen. It's
It
like,
depends where you go. Like in
yeah,
the middle of London, you're not really going to find much grass, but at the same time, there's still a beauty in the architecture. But again, it comes down to preference, and
right,
like
yeah,
I think with a lot of things, it's just preference. It's I'm very much a city boy,
hmm,
but I do love the countryside. It is gorgeous, especially going down the country roads here in the UK. It's they're tiny roads, and it's all 60 miles an hour, and you're hanging out the car window trying to work out if you're going to crash into a tractor or not, or a fucking cow. But it's yeah, it's under it's I can see the preference for them. It is gorgeous.
yeah. So since you've been to Canada, I've never been to Canada before. It's so funny. I've been to like Ohio. I've been to New Jersey and New York, and that's
Mhm.
really it.
New
And
York, yeah, all those places look really nice. It's New
oh
York is
yeah,
very much on my list. It's
um,
it's
I'm gonna tell you right now. So
Mm.
with New York, it's a lot of people. There's a lot of people, lots and lots
Yeah,
of people, especially if you're in Times Square.
yeah.
Um, One thing I'm gonna let you know now is that there's a lot of people who are gonna try to like sell you CDs and like give you free CDs and stuff like that.
Oh, especially in Times Square. Yeah,
Oh
you
yeah,
just you
it's
don't. Yeah.
everywhere. And if you deny it, it's happened to me and my boyfriend. They will call you a racist. They will sit there and say that you don't like them because of their skin. It sucks. So try your best not to let that ruin your
Yeah,
time there.
it's I've heard because that's also very similar. Not that I've been to Egypt, but I know certain like in central Cairo, in some of the tourist spots, it's a very similar sort of thing
Yeah.
that happens there as well. It's I've heard that about Times Square.
Oh yeah. I can tell you.
The trouble is I can't tell if that happens in London, partly because I don't go to the tourist spots, I guess. So that might happen in the UK as well. I wouldn't be surprised if it's, things don't happen in a bubble. But it's
Yeah.
just I think it's just a case of I just don't go to when you're a tourist, you go to the tourist spots, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah. No. Yeah. It was like I don't know. For me, I wanted to just see like where Home Alone 2 took place, so we
Yeah.
went to like to the hotel. Obviously, we went to
For
that
me,
hotel.
it's Percy Jackson. It's Percy
Oh
Jackson.
yeah,
That that's
that too.
that's that's
Yes.
inspired my need for
Yes, and
you.
also Spider Man. Can't forget Spider Man. Come on
Yes,
now.
yes, obviously. Yeah,
I mean, the Terminator. Terminator was there. Like,
yeah. Hmm.
I can list off a bunch of
Oh yeah.
movies. Arkham Knight, Batman. Batman was there in one scene. Yes, there was one scene where he
It's
was in
yeah
Times Square.
it's a very I was reading somewhere and it is one of the most filmed locations
Yep.
in the US, the most filmed city in the US, I believe.
Yes.
Even more than like Washington
Which
and
is surprising.
yes. It's massive. Well, such a historical city as well, just in terms of in travel, in it's and just history as well. So it's
Oh yeah.
understandable.
Oh yeah. No. Funny that we're talking about history since we're kind of on that. Let's talk about a certain person because we were talking about UK, and
Yeah,
I think you might know where I'm kind of leaning into this.
I don't, not at all.
Really, he
Yes.
he's a living. He used to be a living legend who passed recently.
Oh, Ozzy, yes.
Yes.
I had actually gone past his. I was on a work trip in Birmingham, and I kid you not, I walked past his funeral parade, and I was like, oh
Oh
damn, it was really busy. Yeah, I was trying to work out why the roads were so busy,
yeah.
because I was in the car with my manager seeing clients, and I was like, oh God, why is? Of course, it's his funeral.
Yeah.
Walked straight past it.
Yeah. I kind of just wanted to bring up Ozzy because I brought him up in a couple of interviews.
Yeah.
Obviously because I know that it's kind of been like a couple weeks now, and this is probably gonna be like the last interview that I bring him up. But the only reason why I'm so inclined in touching bases about Ozzy is just literally, he's the whole reason why people create music the way they create music now. It's like,
Yes, yeah, inspired heavy music. Yeah,
yeah,
completely.
and uh, I've been seeing that for me, being a guitarist, and I grew up on Guitar Hero. Grew up
Yeah,
listen,
yeah.
yeah, I grew up listening to Ozzy, Crazy Train, and Bark at the Moon. Just My Mom Coming Home, all of them, and just hit when he passed, and then seeing the funeral proceedings was like such a heavy hit for me because like it was like the same thing when Michael Jackson passed away. It was literally the same thing, and it was like it wasn't. How can I put this? When Michael Jackson passed away, a lot of people were there respecting his passing,
Yeah.
but the amount of people were oh my god, the amount of people that were there for Ozzy, holy shit. Damn, that was a lot of people. I thought it was New York for a second, man. That's like New York, basically. Those people, that's like New York. Times, like a little bit more people. That's New York, basically. Like all of those people to see Ozzy was like there. That's like what is New York to you? Like New York,
Mm.
basically, is all those people. And I don't know. I've been kind of like thinking about it a lot about just how amazing he was as a musician, and I was just kind of curious on how much, if he was an inspiration for you, or has he ever impacted your music at all?
Honestly, it sucks my answer, but I never really listened to much Ozzy
Oh, okay.
or Black Sabbath. But to say he didn't impact it would be lying because he inspired bands like Metallica, Megadeth, which in turn inspired 100 million other bands, which in turn inspired those guys, and those guys inspired me. So to say, Judas Priest, Black Sabbath, that they weren't an inspiration would be lying. They just weren't a direct inspiration, I guess.
That's fair.
Um, it's when I think of direct inspiration for me, I think of I'm a sucker for Neck Deep. I love Neck
Okay,
Deep.
neck deep. Okay, can't go wrong there.
It's Rage Against the Machine. It's
Ooh, yes.
I'm a love Paramore.
Yep.
Um, Busted, which is a UK pop punk band. I'm very
Okay.
inspired by. But Pierce the Veil, I have consumed a
Yes.
substantial amount of Pierce the Veil.
Yeah.
It's amazing they're blowing up on TikTok. It makes me laugh every time I see it. Um, I'm still not a fan of that album. It's got some good songs, The Jaws of Life. I just don't think it's their best one
Oh,
for me.
compared to their old stuff, no. All due respect,
Yeah,
I 2012 Pierce the Veil. Mm,
that was
mm,
Sky Above, wasn't it? That album?
yes. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, Chef's Kiss. We're
Yeah.
talking banger after banger,
Yeah,
back to
that
back
album
to
is really good.
back, and like, and then then they did a few songs with Kelly Quinn. You know,
Yeah.
oh shit.
I personally prefer Misadventures as an album. I don't think it is as good as The Sky Above. That is it's just personal preference.
No, I agree. No, I definitely agree with that choice. That album, that like, of course, another great album.
mm,
Like, again, like tracks that you can just listen to back to back, no
yeah,
skipping.
yeah, really, really good. They've got so many bangers. Yeah, I'd say those. But I had a really big thrash phase when I was 19.
Yeah,
Just going through all Metallica. Learning as much as possible. Actually, I was 18, so I've never been directly inspired by Ozzy, but it's I love his music.
yeah,
It's
that's awesome. It's always so good to hear that. Whether or not it was a direct impact, at least he
yeah.
did something.
Yeah.
Um, when I seen him on, well, I wasn't there obviously, but I was seeing footage of his concert. Back to the
Yes, yeah,
Future,
yeah, yeah,
Back to the Present. Sorry, excuse me, Back to the Present. um, and there was a couple times where you literally can see him trying to stand up and like get
yeah.
off of that chair, and I was just like, "Fuck, man." That
That
made
really
me
he
so
really gave
sad.
everything he had left to be there.
Yeah,
A hundred
I
percent.
was so sad for him. I was like, dude. And then I seen this one foot. I literally just 2 days ago, um, this girl who was like on side stage. It was like side stage footage of Ozzy performing, and it's like never seen footage, obviously, because it's like no, like the full concert hasn't been posted yet, obviously, but it's a really good shot of Ozzy singing, and like you can actually see, I guess, set in a way like the disease impacting him. Like you can really see how he's like became crippled basically in a
Yeah,
sense,
it's
and
amazing he
yeah.
got to such a good age, considering obviously the substances he was ingesting as well.
Yeah.
It's his body was made of sterner stuff than us mere mortals. That's for certain. It's amazing.
I don't think many people can say that they've bitten a bat and lived.
No, apparently twice as well.
Yeah, it so it was on accident the first time. He did not know. I don't know if you heard about the actual story, but
Mm.
basically, when he was on stage and he was performing, somebody
He thought
threw
it was a toy.
it. Yeah, he thought it was a toy. So when he bit off the head, he didn't know it was a real bat.
Yeah,
And well, thankfully, the person who gave him the bat, it was like already like tested and stuff, so it didn't have any diseases or anything. Thank God. Because I think people originally thought that's what gave him that disease because, bats carry a bunch of
Yeah,
diseases.
yeah, yeah.
So it wouldn't be surprising that he would gotten a disease like that from biting a bat. But I think it was just more of kind of everything that he was doing, that kind of got
Hmm.
him that, and also the back surgery. I don't know if you
Yeah.
remember, he got surgery too,
Hmm.
and like he incredibly regretted that apparently too, and it's just crazy that like what you said, for him being at his age 75 and singing the way that
Yeah.
he still sang, it's amazing. And I kind of want to, like, my question is that the type of impact that you are trying to make? Are you trying to make the same impact as Ozzy, or are you trying to make your own type of impact?
It's to be honest with you, I don't really want to make an impact. I just want to
Okay.
be able to just I want to be able to do something I love doing
Mm-hmm.
and enjoy the process of doing it. If it makes an impact, that's going to be cool. Um, but I just want whatever it is, I just want to be able to say, that's me, I did that. I'm proud of that. It's and making an impact in my small little bubble will be more than enough for me.
Okay, that's I respect that. I respect that mentality because shit, I should have asked. I should have. I got a good next couple. I got some good questions in the next band interview. Shit, that's a good question though. That's good to know that like you have such a well, kind of such a good mentality on how you feel about your music because I think a lot of bands. I feel like maybe you would agree, depending. Um, a lot of bands kind of want to leave that impact or that acknowledgement, like not wrong words. I'm sorry. They they want to leave an impact so then they can be recognized for that impact, if that makes sense.
I think there's I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to leave a global impact. My hot take is that you would never ever truly do something all on your own. We are products of our environment, the way our parents have raised us, our friends that have supported us, if our parents have raised us.
Right.
It's, who's paid, who taught you at school. You are a product of your environment, and as long as you recognize that you would not be here without the support of somebody paying their tax to be able to put the roads out in front of you in the UK, for instance.
Yeah.
It's you are there because of a hundred years of evolution, and it's just a sheer fact something decides to crawl up on land one day. It's like go by all means, go create an impact, but have some humility about it as well.
Yeah, of
You know.
course. Yeah. I again, you have such a that man, I this is what I love about people like you, my guy, is just the mentality that you have is so you have such a positive and such a way of
I've tried.
thinking.
Thank you.
And I I'm going to be honest, I struggle a lot with depression and I
Hmm.
struggle with the I guess always looking in that positive light. So
I
people
think it's hard at the moment, especially with all this shit that is going on a global scale. It's a system that is directly opposed to just the average person in favor, and it's hard not to be.
Mhm.
You're seeing countless deaths. You're seeing people shut outside food trucks. It's hard not to be,
Yeah.
and it would be wrong not to feel and sad about that. Um, but at the same time, I think it's also important that you can't. Who I can't remember who said it. Somebody was like, you can't let them win at the same time. You can't let somebody who's trying to take away people's civil liberties win you by sitting there and just feeling sorry. But because although that is understandable, you have to do what you can to support the next generation coming in, and you have to do what you can to support the generation before you, because they stood up and protested to support you at the same time. It's nothing is made in a bubble. We are all product of our environment, and you have to, I think, try and remain positive, because that's all you can control. In a time where it's getting harder and harder to buy a house, in a time where it's getting harder and harder to be able to afford university, to be able to afford groceries, do what you can control, and what you can control sometimes is the only thing that's going to keep you happy. And but that doesn't mean you have to relinquish it.
Hmm.
It's hard. Shit sucks, man.
Yeah,
Shit sucks.
yeah. It's you know, it's yeah, it's kind of it's been affecting me and my boyfriend pretty badly, especially like, not trying to get too crazy political, but like
Oh, go for it, man. Go for it.
uh yeah, it's just like with the tariffs and shit, like
Yeah,
so
you're paying more. It's.
it
I work in logistics. It's you're paying more for your petrol. You're paying more for your vehicle parts. And I crazy statement. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I understand a thought process behind raising tariffs to encourage work in America. But unfortunately, you don't have the same. You don't have the mineral. You don't have cobalt. You don't have.
we don't have
It's
like we
you
don't
don't.
we used to we used to have
Yeah,
these cool things. Then
you don't have the resources, and sometimes you don't have the labor, especially if you're getting rid of the labor as well, to be able to.
yeah, I was gonna say we're kind of getting rid of that right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, it's
It's crazy,
it's
dude.
yeah, yeah.
I have family that's in military. Like
Mhm.
I have my both of my grandpa and my uncle and my other uncle who passed not too long ago, and my other grandpa, all four of them have been in the war, the Korean War, and what was it? The Korean War. One was in Vietnam.
Yeah,
The one who passed away pretty while back, he was in World War I and II. Like he was like my people were fighters,
yeah,
and like my uncle now, who was in Vietnam, right? He got shot, and thankfully he was okay. He got shot in the arm, and basically he wasn't able to work anymore. So
yeah,
he's basically a disabled veteran,
yeah, yeah.
and he's very reliant on making money through being said.
I imagine Medicare as
Mm-hmm.
well.
Mm-hmm. And here's the said problem now.
Fuck.
Now, since since Trump has been doing these things, my uncle now has been paying more than he's been originally making as a fighter. It's crazy that my uncle, who was literally on the front lines, this man fought for our freedom. He got shot, and now he is about to be struggling, and that's what fucking frustrates the shit out of me. My other grandpa, he had breast cancer. He was the one that was in the Korean War.
Mm.
And guess what? Now he's struggling too. And he's the one that supported Trump. It's crazy how ass backwards everything is right now. And both of them put their asses on the line. And it's frustrating. It's my family. And it's
Yeah,
like it's that's like I don't know. It's like they
yeah.
it's such a weird way to look at it, because it's like I'm not a military dude, but yet I always I always have my highest respects to military, whether it's police, firefighters, straight up military. It's
Yeah.
I respect them, and it's just like I don't know. It's so frustrating with how everything is, and it's just like I'm glad that someone like you and other people are now understanding why we are getting so frustrated, because it's like
Yeah.
it for me. I This is my job right now. Me
It's a
interviewing
cool
you.
job, man.
Yeah.
It's a cool job.
Oh yeah, it's a great job. Don't get me wrong, but it doesn't pay.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's the problem. Like I'm not gonna sit here and beg you for money. Obviously, that's
It's
not my
it's it's
job.
uh. I understand.
Like you
It's
get where I'm coming from though. Like
yeah, yeah,
it's crazy
yeah.
when I was growing up, right? I was able to get a job. I was able to work at a fireworks shop, no problem, and I made $1,000 doing that. Was I able to do it this year? No, it sucks. Like
Yeah.
I could like the jobs that I had, I couldn't even get back because they were struggling to hire people because they don't have the money to hire them. Like, what? What is going on, bro? So right now, excuse me. So like right
Mhm.
now, I'm trying to do this. You know, where I'm interviewing people like you. I have a little.
And then what? Go into like journalism or something like that? Uh,
Um,
uh, uh,
I I guess in a sense, this is more of just. Hmm. How can I explain this? For me, it's like a. It's. For me, it's always been a dream of mine to always interview people who either it sound it sounds a bit pretentious. I'm not gonna lie,
go
but
for it.
but I've it's not because it's a big following. It's because of the fact that I feel like they are cared by people, and I feel like if I was able to interview them, maybe they can bring that energy to me. Is like kind of the idea that I get, and it's like I've gotten that from when I interviewed this punk band yesterday, literally no 2 days ago. Um, Drawn the Planet, super cool dude, and we talked for like a good 2 hours, and he reminds me a lot like you actually. I think you two would get along pretty good. Like he's a pretty cool dude, and he was just telling me about kind of like like the way that he was being brought up, and it reminded me a lot like me, and like I kind of wanted to ask you in a way, when you were kind of like bringing yourself up to bring yourself into this band keeper, like where did you kind of like, how did you see yourself develop into that, like I guess in that path, if that makes sense.
Honestly, I don't know. You sort of accept things are happening, and you do your best to make the choice with with the options that you're given.
Okay.
It's. I think sometimes you don't intend to go in a certain direction. You might do, um, but over a course of small steps, you sort of find yourself in that direction. I never intended to be originally keeper. Being a vocalist was not the idea. It was to be a guitarist. Really wanted to do something like a. I still wanted to do vocals, but I wanted to do backing vocals and do guitar more.
Mm-hmm.
But I couldn't find a guitar. I couldn't find a vocalist I like. So I was like, "Fuck it! I'm going to learn to scream. I'm going to learn to sing. I'm going to learn to write." You sort of just find yourself in places, and I think it's always good to say yes to going to. If your friend asks you to go to a gig, a local crappy band's gig, you say yes, and then you work out they're not crappy, they're actually a lot of fun,
Yeah.
and you've met some friends, and it's somebody invites you to somewhere, you a coffee, you say yes. It's I think I've just really tried to accept the side quests, to not turn down the side quest, to accept the side quest.
That's so funny that you, yeah, that's kind of like why I do interviews. Like these are side
Yeah.
quests for me. Like my big side quest is like to interview Helen Quinn, like big, like another big person, you know,
Yeah.
Orbiculture, Will Ramos, you know, Ryan from Impending Doom, you know, like there's a lot of people that I really want to interview, and like those are my side quests. Like being able to interview you, my side quest is complete. Like you were part of my side quest, bro. Like, like it's super cool to have such a genuine connection with people like you, because there's like literally there's thousands of people who are probably wanting to interview you, and I
I
appreciate
don't know
the
about that.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I just one thing that I want to ask you, kind of more of a personal question to me,
Mhm.
would be, why did you want it? Like, what made you say yes to me?
I'm always open. It's the same sort of principle. Is you always? I think it's always good to say yes to doing things. Some things are not logistically possible to do. Yes, like I unfortunately have to turn down some features because I don't have I don't have a spot to do vocals in my house. You know, it's a full house. So I have to rent somewhere, and some days I don't have. Some months I don't have the funds, especially at the moment because I'm trying to focus on my own releases. I don't have the funds to book a studio, so sometimes I have to say no to doing features, for instance. But I genuinely try to say yes to doing as many things as possible. I did like a whole performance of Shakespeare like 2 months ago, 2 weeks ago in just because I was like, fuck it, I want to do something. Let's do a Shakespeare performance. Did Midsummer's Night Dream for the Richmond Shakespeare Society. I was just a it's you just I think it's good to always say yes to doing things and I was like, yeah, fuck it, let's do it, let's rip it.
Okay, sick. I just I've always I've always kind of wanted to ask that question to the bands that I interview, but
I feel like it's good for your mental. It's take because I was definitely somebody who like spent most of their time reading books, which is great. It's a great people should
oh yeah.
read more books. But like not being very social, reading books and playing a lot of video games. And I think that's don't get me wrong, it's good. No one has to be social all the time, but at the same time, then I would get into my head a little bit, and I had to learn. And then I would think. Whenever I went out in public, I would get nervous around people, or you think somebody's thinking of a certain thing about you, and then it's difficult to work it out. But you have to remember most people barely give a shit about themselves. It's oftentimes they're not looking at you. They're not looking at the way you've dressed, or if they are, who gives a fuck? It's because they have something going on in their lives which is causing them a difficulty. It's just to accept that it's going to be fun. You're going to try to do something, and it's going to be fun, and you're going to enjoy it. And after you've done it, you're going to be like, "I'm so glad I did that." You might not want to do it at the start, but you have to force yourself to do it because then it just makes it. Think about it this way: it makes if you can get a funny story by the end of it, that means you're going to have a funny story next time you see your best mate and you go for drinks. So you're going to have a funny
Okay.
story that you're going to tell to your kids and go, look, I was kicked out of this bar because I climbed a table and swang from something. It's You're going to have a funny story for the future,
Yeah, yeah.
and sometimes that's why you should do things is just for the plot, just
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 for
for
the
the plot.
plot.
Yeah,
That's I love that, dude. I love that. Such a great mentality, dude. You have such a amazing mentality on everything, and like I think
thank you.
yeah,
It's hard, man. Don't get me wrong. I'm not like this all the time.
yeah.
There's definitely days. My mum hears me. My sister and mum hear me complain all the time. I'm not doing nothing. I'm going nowhere. I have to keep busy as a person. I really struggle not keeping busy, because it really negatively impacts me. And I have to learn. I've learned now that that's what I need is to keep busy, and that's from doing side quests because all of a sudden the feeling, the euphoria, the serotonin I'd get, and that's like a discovery which has happened only in the last 2 3 years, I guess, because I really struggled before. My brother really struggles. It's he's sort of learning. He's in a similar boat. You know, I get him out. So if I'm going out, for instance, I invite him along. Um, but it's try. I think the hard thing is working out what you need, and then working out how to give yourself what you need in a safe manner, in a manner that doesn't negatively impact somebody else as well.
Right.
Like if what you need is to kill somebody, you probably need to seek therapy. You know, just like don't be going around stabbing anyone.
Yeah, yeah,
But
no.
it's like you have to. I think maybe it's just like self learning almost. It's my friend reads a lot of therapy books that helps her. Others people find it through escapism through like CS:GO or something. I don't know. Just find out what your body needs, your head needs.
I think me and you both being guitarists, I think you gotta understand that. I think for me, it's playing the guitar. I think like for me when I
Yeah,
play guitar, it's just like everything kind of just escapes my head, you know, in a
yeah.
sense. Um, so there's some people I want to bring up, and I kind of want to see if they were kind of like your inspiration into getting into guitar for as they were for me. Eddie Van Halen, obviously. Come
I
on now.
I wouldn't say he's an inspiration, but I do love him. I did learn some songs um, later on in my guitar years.
Okay, okay. For me, uh, it's so it's kind of funny. It's a funny story. So I never was into Van Halen until I
Mhm.
started playing Guitar Hero, and I was like, dude, Van Halen
Understandable.
is kind of banging. Like this is really
Yeah,
good. And then like I started really listening to like how Eddie plays, and I was like, damn, he's kind of a shredder.
yeah.
And then I looked up how like obviously like how he used to play back in the day, back in like the 80s. Holy shit. Whoa.
Understandable. I think if I so I think early days it was your very standard All American Rejects. Actually, funny enough, I learned quite a few All American Reject songs on guitar, but your standard sort of crappy Red Hot Chili Peppers covers. Um, so I got quite comfortable. A Day to Remember. It's Blink. It's I got quite comfortable at rhythm,
Okay.
but my guitar playing only really improved when I discovered like bands like Bring Me and then Polyphia. I became like a Polyphia fanboy
Mm-hmm.
um, during my late teens, like 17, 16, and I would just play their songs all the time. It's actually funny enough. Most Keeper songs are written on an Ibanez AZ series, which I got because I just couldn't stop playing Polyphia at the time.
Hey man, Ibanez is a good guitar too. Come on now.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Sponsor. What? I didn't say that, did you?
I
I,
wish.
you,
I wish.
you know, dude, that'd be so crazy, bro. I'd be set for life.
Oh, bro, in it, in it. An
dude,
Ibanez gem. Oh yeah.
dude, like, it's so funny. So I bought one Ibanez. Okay, this is a true story. Okay, so I
Hmm.
bought an Ibanez, 2 3 months ago,
Okay.
and it didn't last me a week, and here's
Yeah,
why.
yeah.
So I bought this Ibanez, and it was so sick. I should have just kept it because of how sick it was. It was a transparent red with a black paint. Oh god, it was sick. And here's the problem though. So I started playing. It was fine. And then one day I started playing it. It sounded really tingy. I was like, "Oh, that's not good." So I went to go and get it looked at, and I went to a family shop because it was cheaper, and I trust family shops more than,
Exactly.
you
Yeah.
know.
Support. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
And the dude looked at it. Not even a second later, told me that whoever sold me this guitar had it with cheap wood. The neck of the guitar was basically burnt wood. Like,
Yeah. Probably caving in as well.
oh, dude, it was warped. It
I
was
bet.
like it
I
was
bet.
twisted. Oh my, dude, I looked down at it, like you know how you look down, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my, it was the worst fretboard I've ever seen. Like I couldn't believe that I was given, and it was a like I I know it's not an expensive guitar, but a $200 guitar, like
Yeah.
you,
It's that's still $200,
yeah,
man. That
like come on
you
now,
have if you didn't buy it. I know. I get
yeah.
you. I get you.
So, and then what was really upsetting is that Sweetwater, that's where I got my guitar, right? Sweetwater basically said that they checked the guitar, right? Fucking bullshit. I have like they literally have I have the pamphlet that literally says with his signature that he checked the guitar. My ass. Cuz if he actually checked the guitar, even the dude who worked at the family shop even said if he checked the guitar, he would have seen it that it was a bad guitar. I would never gotten it.
Yeah.
And so I was a little upset. So I sent them back the guitar, and they let me get another free guitar, and I got a
Nice.
Jackson out of it. So
Can't go wrong.
it's a here. Actually, let me show you real quick. Ugh. It's a nice little,
Yeah. Can't go wrong. Nice sort of natural wood finish.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So so I have a cool idea with this. I'm gonna get this signed basically all over this whole, literally this whole thing is just gonna be full of signatures, and it's just gonna be all the bands that I've interviewed. That's basically
Fuck
the
yeah.
idea. And then I'm gonna put this up as a wall piece because people have said it's a
Yeah.
really nice wall piece. So that's kind of the idea with that Jackson, but that's not obviously until later on in the future when I, have another guitar, which, my kind of another personal question because I kind of know nothing of guitars. What would be a good upgrade for me to like look into as a
It
guitarist?
like Ibanez Jackson. They make great openers. You don't. I don't think you have Harley Benton in the US, do you?
No, but I've
Harley
heard of them.
Benton is like a really affordable. They make some great, really high quality, affordable guitars. Um, I if you're comfortable playing a Jackson or an Ibanez, I just try and get yourself a version up.
Okay.
It it's I it's Epiphone are great. Squires are really good. You can get a really nice sort of Chinese Squire or Korean Squire or Mexican Squire. It's there's some Squires are really good, but if you're comfortable playing Jackson or Ibanez, just stick with those guys.
Okay.
Just try and get yourself a model up. It's the trouble is with the Ibanez, it's just a fucking serial number.
Oh, really?
It's a serial number like what? So here's my Ibanez.
Yeah, Kyle.
It's an Ibanez AZ
Oh my
no,
god.
serial number one dash, and it's not too bad.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
It was probably one of my more expensive ones, but in the grand scheme of things, to like, it's not that expensive. But it just plays so nicely.
Yeah,
I would just say
I love
that's
that
the bottom line.
guitar. Oh my god. Oh, that paint and finish is so good.
Yeah, I got it on. I was I was at Anderton's, pre-owned. I was paying like monthly for that, like £50 a month or something like that. I got that on finance. But so glad I did.
Yeah,
It's
no,
it's
that's a
just
nice
go to a
guitar.
shop, test something out. I think that's the best bottom line.
Okay. That's yeah, that's what my boyfriend was saying too. That's what even Mark was telling me too. Everybody has been telling me just to. So, would it be better to go to a family shop and test guitars, or would it be better to go to like a guitar center?
I wouldn't say I honestly, if there's the law of diminishing returns.
Mm,
It's the more you spend money on something, the less you're going to get out of it.
okay.
So it's like, for instance, if I wouldn't spend, unless you were looking for a specific design, if you had it, I wouldn't spend, for instance, £1,000. But if you had like £300 or whatever, $300, $400, it just comes down to how does the wood feel. Now, whether or not it's a family run business or a shop, it doesn't necessarily matter too much, unfortunately, because they will have different guitars in there. If you go
Okay.
to a big shop, if you go Sweetwater in one place and then Sweetwater another, they're going to have different stock. Each guitar is made separately. I would just make sure that each model run is a good quality model run, and you do that on Google by just searching up
Like the name and stuff,
Gibson
right?
2014 Custom Edition. How good are those? And
Okay.
if they say they're bad, then you know not to even bother trying them.
Okay.
I would just check out a model run, find the model run, Google that model run and the year date, and see if it's any good, and then
Okay.
just test it in person.
Maybe maybe what I'll do is because a friend of mine wants to take me up to Sweetwater and possibly get me either a new guitar or a Focusrite or a drop pedal.
Yeah.
I mainly want a drop pedal, but hmm. You tell me, what do you think I should focus on? Do you think I should get the Focusrite first or the drop pedal?
Well, you're getting a drop pedal so you can detune, aren't you?
Right, yeah. Mm.
Is there are program, so if you're getting okay, so okay, I would if drop. I have a drop pedal,
Yeah.
but drop pedals. So the main thing is getting good tone,
Mm-hmm.
and it's understanding: are you going to be playing live more, or are you going to be playing more in your bedroom?
More in my bedroom.
So then I would get a. What I would do is I get a cheap Focusrite off eBay or a pre-owned one. £30. I got a Focusrite over here for like 30, £40, and then I'd probably get Reaper, which is free,
Yeah, yeah,
and then I'd get the Neural DSP,
yeah.
um John Petrucci one, which comes with a drop tune
Oh, okay, okay.
function on it,
Yeah, yeah,
and also has some of the best sounding amps. I mean, everyone's using a Neuro DSP pedal board at
yeah.
the moment. Everyone's using the Quad Cortex, and those that just loads up tones from John Petrucci and those plugins you can buy. So what I do is I wouldn't if you're going to play in your bedroom more and you're not really going to play live much, I would get the Focusrite and then a Neuro DSP John Petrucci one that detunes, so then you can play the detuned songs that you want to play.
Okay, yeah, because I play. So I don't know if you've heard of it. You ever heard of Rocksmith?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's I'm all self taught through that.
yeah.
And basically, I want to be able to detune through Rocksmith without having to actually touch my strings. And I was able to do that before a long time ago, where I had a digital pitch shifter, it was through Reaper, and it was all nice and set up. And then I had to decide to do voice meter because I wanted to do performances in a game. That was stupid. But basically, I was told that it'd be a lot easier to just get the drop pedal because basically that itself is an interface. I don't know if that's true. I was
So what do you mean? So you does Dropsmith? How does that pick up? How do you get your amp sound basically?
through Rocksmith.
Rocksmith. Okay, so then you wouldn't be able to use in your DSP then. In that
You,
case, I probably would
mm,
get your Digitech drop
yeah, okay.
if you are going to be playing exclusively through Rocksmith.
Yeah,
Then I would get the Digitech drop.
okay, yeah, because my friend Mark, he's a guitarist. Like I said, you two would get along. Yeah, he's a guitarist too. And he was like, maybe I should get off of playing that and like play real tabs and stuff like that. It's real tabs. See, this is what he's not understanding.
Yeah,
Rocksmith
it
is
is real
real tabs.
taps.
It's real tabs. I'm being taught real tabs. But the problem is that some of the tabs haven't been updated since
Yeah.
2014. They're as old as fucking time
Yeah.
itself. So
I would say whatever makes you learn, do it. I'm self-taught. I learned by YouTube. You
really,
know,
wow.
it's yeah, that's how I learned. It was just finding a song, learning to play it on YouTube, and just do covers. And each time you pick a slightly more complicated song, you don't necessarily play songs you want to learn. You play songs that you should learn,
Okay,
and you just try and find a song that you should learn that you like. That's
okay.
how you do it. That's how I did it. But at the bottom line, at the end of the day, is as long as you're making progress, as long as you are challenging yourself, who cares if you're going for tabs? Who cares if it rocksmiths? As long as you're improving.
Yeah, that's fair. I appreciate that. That's something that I've been really kind of struggling with
Mm.
in my head a little bit. Is like where I'm going as a guitarist is like
Mm.
me being so focused on Rocksmith and I know that it's not like real performing if it makes sense, but like it makes me play good. Like I feel like I do good because
Mm.
like I have a live track that's playing with me because like I'm
Yeah.
hearing the drums, I'm hearing the vocals, and I'm hearing my guitar with the distortion and
As long as you're playing guitar,
yeah, I am, yeah.
that no nothing else matters. As long as you are there playing guitar,
Okay.
it's it's I feel like we've been striving too much as a species for perfection, because we're seeing these people on TikTok, we're seeing these people on Instagram with incredible bodies, and it's deflating our personal image. We're seeing these people and these guys take drugs, man. We're seeing people who can shred incredibly well from a young age, but they've had parents that have allowed them to buy the best gear and things like that. You're also seeing genetic outliers, people who naturally have better genetics and things like that, naturally have cheekbones that go in a certain direction, who are naturally faster. It's and so we base ourselves of things that can be unrealistic. But so, and that can make us stop playing,
Yeah.
which means we won't ever get better. So the most important thing is that you are just playing.
Yeah. I
You are just playing.
I'm. It's funny that you say that because I always, whenever I always get in my head, I always kind of compare myself to kids. I'm
It's
like,
impossible not to, yeah.
it's like, like especially with my boyfriend, I'm like, babe, like, how can I sit here and call myself good when there's literally like 6 and 7 year olds playing like Crazy Train better than me, playing Bark at the
But
Moon
you
better
are
than me.
good. You are good for the environment that has presented itself to you. They have not had the same environment, so they are good for the environment that has presented itself to them.
Care to explain a little bit?
If
I
they were in your shoes, would they be as good as you?
Probably yes,
Okay,
considering
but
that
would
they're
they be
playing live
better?
on
But they could
stage.
also be worse.
True.
You have been presented a life that they have not been presented with, and you have made the best out of the decisions you've been able to make. Now, sure, you might not have made the best decisions all the time, but you have generally been made the best, and you have made the most amount of progress that you have been able to make. So you are no better or worse than them. They just happen to be better, you know,
That's fair.
sounding.
Yeah, that's fair. I
You
just
you are a product of your environment. Nothing is ever a vacuum.
That's fair.
It's you are good for what you have been allowed to be.
I appreciate that. I don't know. I've
It's
always
hard. It's hard not to. It's
Yeah.
hard for me not to like see people who are bigger and go, I wish I had those numbers. But then if I dwell too much on it, I'm gonna get upset, and then I'm not gonna post on fucking TikTok. That is going to, and that's gonna attract me youth. It's hard not to compare yourself, but it's a harder yet to be kind to yourself, and arguably you should always be trying to be better. So taking challenges like being kind to yourself is a good skill to work on.
Okay, you're right. Yeah. Maybe I should. I've always been such a even my my boyfriend can vouch. I've always been such a hard ass on myself with like
It's hard not to be.
yeah.
It's hard not to be.
Yeah, it's just like I don't know. Yeah, you're definitely hitting the nail on the head with like I guess I gotta think more positively about myself and just be like I'm doing as good as I can. Yeah,
Mm.
that's I don't know. I guess mainly what kind of got me in that mentality is like my friends who are also like rocksmith streamers because that's what I stream too. They they shred. They play for bands and stuff. Like they're good friends of mine, and it's like I guess I always like compare myself to them because like sometimes they'll raid me and like it's their viewers and it's like
Here's the thing.
yeah
It's all about how you market it.
okay
People love an underdog. People love an underdog. If you stop if you stop targeting yourself for an audience that is going to expect you to be the best of the best, then you're doing it wrong. But if you target yourself realistically, if you go newbie guitarist tries rocksmith for the first time, for instance, that is going to be people who are coming there to watch you learn, to watch you get better, as opposed to already waiting there to be a finished product.
that's fair
It's entirely, so that comes down to entirely how you market to yourself, because they can't market themselves to that audience,
okay
but you can.
that's crazy that's damn that's one way to look at it
Yeah, yeah. It's just trying to work out. Yeah, I think most things are come down to trying to trying to see it differently.
yeah definitely I guess that's what I struggle with the most is just trying to see that and yeah, I that's hard for me. I'm gonna be honest. It's hard for me to be so positive on myself, but yeah, you're right. Everybody tells me that, and it's hard for me, man. It's so
It's
fucking
no, but it
hard.
is. It's hard in general, and you're not alone for it being hard. It's arguably easier being able to do it to somebody else than do it to yourself.
Yep,
Um, but the more you say it, the more you manifest it. The more you tell somebody, "Can't be broke. You got to think better about yourself." The more you'll start to think, "Okay, I told this person this in a similar situation. Maybe I need to give this a go." It's like also getting angry at people. It's like sometimes people don't realize they aren't intentionally being mean, they're just being an idiot.
Yeah.
And who's to say you weren't, if you were in that situation, you wouldn't be an idiot as well. It's hard, man. But I think sometimes it's just putting, as long as one foot goes in front of the other every so often, who cares if it's two steps back one day?
That's true.
Because you'll be right back where you were in a week later, and then you'll be two steps ahead in a month later, and then you wouldn't have. Sometimes you won't. Sometimes issues present themselves over long periods of time. Um, Finance, it's you might have a like a disability, for instance, that would keep you from something, but sometimes some other things, some other issues won't be there a year later. Like if
Mm.
you have an argument with somebody, who's to say you're going to be having the same argument in a year's time?
Right. Yeah. That's fair. Hmm. That's one way to look at it. I never. Huh. Okay. I got some things to work on, I guess.
I think things just come with time and just trying to work it out. And the most important thing is always trying to work on yourself as
Yeah.
well. It's that's the difficult, because arguably that's the hardest skill. That's the hardest challenge, and it's something I'm just trying desperately hard to do. I'm trying to do as many different side quests and unearth as many hobbies, so I don't get weighed down of going nowhere. So that I am at least making some form of progress somewhere.
Yeah.
Just control the things you can control, because you don't want to. Don't let people who are trying to take your housing also take your ability to control to control yourself and your own decisions. I guess you have people are having as many rights and decisions taken away from them as possible. Like we need to fight for the things that we can.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. I 100% agree. That's. I think. Yeah. I definitely have some things to think on and things to things to work on. So I appreciate that.
That's all good.
Um, I'm gonna kind of hit you with the last question, and then
Yeah, yeah.
I'll let you get out of here because you're probably a pretty busy man, and I don't want to keep you any longer. I really appreciate you
It's been
being.
a pleasure, sir. It's been a pleasure, my friend.
Yeah, I really appreciate you saying those things, and I definitely have some things to work on for sure, and I really appreciate that.
That's all good.
On to my last question, which is I do you have any questions for me out of curiosity?
Oh, that's so interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Um, who was your most memorable interview and why?
Ooh. Um, I think it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, John the Planet, but it has to be when I interviewed Mark for the first time from Making Blind Eye See. He changed my life.
Hmm.
Um, After the first time I interviewed him, he messaged me a few weeks later, giving me a job opportunity to work with him, and it was like something that I've always wanted in my life,
Hmm.
and it's something that I'll never forgive him for, because like it's something that like it's such a big honor to work with such an amazing band and get to talk to Mark. Being able to interview people like you guys and have people like him support the idea that I'm interviewing people, and like he goes out of his way to try to find people for me to interview, and like it's really cool. Um, but yeah,
That's it.
yeah,
That's it.
he genuinely changed
It's
my
giving
life.
back to a community as well, and that's something we become so individualistic. It's so to look after your community is commendable.
Yeah, and with how he was, with how accepting he was, with me being like he was kind of like the first band that I was like very openly gay, you know, and like don't get me wrong, I'm very open with who I am. Like I love my boyfriend.
Yeah.
I've been with him for 2 years. It's just I've interviewed
Well,
Christian bands, and it's like it's hard bringing up stuff like that because with how they view life and stuff like that and their ideology, and I respect
it
that.
comes down to, as somebody who is also man's bi.
Oh, okay.
I think it comes down to, because my mum's very religious, but she's chill as fuck.
Yeah, yeah.
pro trans rights, goes to loads of protest. It's but again, I know the US has a very strong conservative Christian
Yeah.
um
Mm-hmm.
community, so I can imagine it being difficult. I can
Yeah.
um actually, yeah.
And with him being so accepting and like my boyfriend being accepted in and like he made the Discord bot and like I made the Discord
That's cool.
server. Yeah, like he got paid to make the bot. Like he literally made a bot from scratch with his own code. It keeps
Amazing.
yeah, like he's a fucking genius. My boyfriend, like he gives himself no credit, but yet he's a genius. Like it's so funny. When you brought up Shakespeare, I kind of want to quickly talk about my boyfriend real quick, just real fast, because
Yeah, go for it, man.
um, it's
If you're
funny.
proud of him, go for it. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
fuck yeah.
no. So what's so funny is that he's music, like he's a theater kid. He's brought up through music, like musicals, and he's done theater. He's done plays. You name it, he's done it. He's a really good singer. And when you brought up Shakespeare, that instantly made me think of my boyfriend, and I was like, "Have you done musicals at all, or no?"
Yes, it's. I used to. Oh, here we go. We're getting. I won't dwell too on this because unfortunately it's a touchy subject.
Oh, okay.
Um.
I'm sorry. You don't have to.
No, no. But I used to do child act. I used to be a professional child actor growing up.
Really?
So yeah, yeah. I
Huh?
gave that opportunity up to study maths and physics and computer science. Um. Which I now hate. Let's leave it like that. Let's leave it. But it was a full-time job.
I
Proper. Not this is not me just saying it. As in, this was like a full-time job. For like 10 ye- 8 10 7 to 18. Yeah, 11 years. Fuck now.
wow, that's amazing. Um, you said that you don't have to, but since you say that you're like a professional child actor, were you in any movies or anything that I would know you in? Because you have a very
Probably not.
recognizable face. I feel like
Probably
I've seen
no.
you
It
before.
was it. The only time I would have been wearing a mask.
Okay.
Um, that was the only time I guess in front of anything like that. The vast majority is West End shows.
Ah, okay, got you. Okay, so more behind the scenes type stuff, right?
No, no, no,
No.
no, no,
Oh,
no, no.
I never acted before, as you could tell. Oh, ew. Wait. Oh, it's British Broadway.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, my boyfriend's telling me he's in chat right now. So my boyfriend was saying, "Bro, you are me. Literally do musical theater and now have my math and computer science degree." Yeah, he
Yeah, made a
you are
mistake
literally
choosing
him.
that. I made a mistake choosing that. I got into drama school. Oh, we can't. My mum finds this very upset. I got into one of the big drama schools, turned it down to do maths, physics, and computer science, all which my mum cries. My mum can't stand it.
Oh man.
Oh, touchy subject here. Touchy
Oh,
subject.
okay, okay,
If
no,
so,
that's
that
fine.
is the. If I have one regret in life,
Yeah,
it is that. It is that, and that will haunt me to the day I die.
but let me
So
ask you
I
this.
basically now everything I say now has been a learning experience from that moment in time,
Right.
um, where I've now learned just to say yes to everything. It is. I said no. I turned it down. And I'm never gonna sort of forgive myself for that. But at the same time, I thought I was making the right decision. I need to respect myself for trying to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't hurt myself about it as long as I don't do that again. And that's the most important thing. You learn from your mistakes.
Yeah, but let me ask you this then: if let's just say you didn't deny that, where'd you be here?
I might be somewhere else, man. I
Yeah.
might be. I might be somewhere. Well, not necessarily here. I rather than do. I would still be doing music, but I might. I might.
Think
It was
about
a
it
cool
like
drama. It was a cool drama school. Let's just say that it
yeah,
was a cool drama school.
but think about it like this though. you paved yourself into a way that, yeah, you turned down a pretty cool opportunity, but in a way you gave yourself a bigger opportunity by being a part of something that you love doing.
Who's to say I wouldn't be doing the same thing, but just with more things I like doing as well.
That's fair.
It's one of those things. It's one of those things. I've accepted it. We move. We move. We move.
My boyfriend wants to know: was it in Europe or U.S.?
UK. The best drama schools are. I'm going to be honest with you. It's as much as I think it's the best drama schools are people from across the. There's some really good ones in New York, but the best ones are your Radas,
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
are your Lambdas, are your old old Vics. It's the UK and has there's some really good newer ones still like 100 years old, but the UK drama schools are just very like people will get hired you instantly if you get into one of the big ones, you're set for life. You're done. But
Oh,
it's
okay.
obscenely difficult. It's like, for instance, if you get into one of the big ones, you're one out of like 20,000 in the UK
Oh damn.
fits and get into it.
Okay.
It's like we're talking like RADA or Lambda. It's like they choose no. Is it five? They only choose two males of the UK, three females from the UK, and then the rest are like you'll get a couple US ones. I think there's probably 10 people in each class, something like that, for like the big ones.
Damn. That's
It's really, really competitive. A good opportunity.
yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, between dance calls and vocal calls, yeah, school auditions suck.
Hmm.
And then even my boyfriend was saying I got in a few MT programs before he went in for math. So
Yeah.
it seems like you and my boyfriend would be good friends. I'm gonna tell him to get in touch with you.
Stream music. Stream music. There we go.
Yeah.
That's my cell. This is stream. Wait, he's on the fence coming out 20th of October
Yeah.
of August of August. Sorry.
Yeah, I was actually gonna also, yeah. Do you want to promote anything as well? Yeah, you're up. Yeah, if you got
Yeah,
any.
true. Actually, yeah, that was 20th of August. It's my personal. I think it's radio friendly. You know, you might. I know you like your heavier music. This one's very much radio friendly. It is very 2000s pop punk. But I think it's the best written one. It was inspired by Heartstoppers. I don't know if you've.
Yes, of course I do. How do you?
Yeah,
Come on,
it's
Heartstoppers.
it's largely inspired by Heartstoppers. It's
Yeah,
I tried to get like everything the theme it's not about Heartstoppers, but it's inspired like even like the music video, the color grading. We've tried to go for like similar colors as well.
that's awesome.
Um,
Super
I think it's
excited.
the best one. It wasn't meant to come out this year, but it was like too good not to come out. So I was like, oh fuck it. I especially because how well the Kellen Quinn one's done. I want the next one to do well, and because of how well written this one is, it deserves to come next.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, and I'm very excited. The 20th of August. Make sure everybody checks that out. Um, I, yeah, that's pretty much it. I thank you so much for coming on. You've been such an absolute vibe, and you've inspired me. Thank you for being so genuine. And
No worries, that. If I'm sorry if I'm playing with my eye, I've got like a fucking eye infection, so I've been like trying to like sorry,
no, no,
grim. Ugh.
no, you're good, brother. But yeah, I'm gonna let you go. Thank you again so much for coming on and giving me about an hour and 30 of minutes of your time to answer some cool questions. And thank you for being here, my man. I really appreciate it.
No worries, thank you, lad. Cheers, thank you.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah, you have yourself an
Do you
amazing.
want me to stay or how do you normally do it? Shall I just leave you to it, Chase, sir, or shall I? It's like
Yeah, I'm just gonna end it
awesome.
here. Um,
Cool. Fuck yeah.
yeah, you have yourself an amazing one, good sir, and
You
I'll
too. You
catch
too.
you in some DMs. All right.
Sounds good.
Bye.
Cheers, guys. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Alrighty. Well, that was fun. And that's the end of the stream. I will be seeing you guys in the next interview. Farewell.